Hogan has a multi-year deal with his Real American Beer and the WWE. And the proof of that, oh, Jesus, it's bright. In the light. Going to have a link down below in the description box to credit WWE here. I don't know what this was. Like a raptor claw. Corporate.wwe.com, where it says Hogan's Real American Beer strikes a multi-year partnership. And in short, what that means is the branding for the Real American Beer will be showcased on WWE's flagship show of Monday Night Raw, as well as other key assets. I'm assuming key assets means like PLEs, like Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, so on and so forth. Not to be a smartass, but what about when they go to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia? Are they going to advertise alcohol? Because this is what's going to happen. The ring in the corner will receive branding during every episode of Raw. And again, those other key assets. We're going to see this in the corner, and we're going to see Logan Paul's Prime logo in the center of the ring sometimes, because we already have his drinks at ringside next to the commentary table. Now, to make a joke of it, even though it's pretty serious, isn't it kind of funny that two people that have a lot of controversy behind them are two people that have drink branding with the WWE in the middle of the ring? Logan Paul with his fiasco in Japan, and Hogan with his racist rant. Now, I'm not here to point fingers, and WWE already erased him from the history books in the early onset of that story when he was heard in a recording in his own home, I think it was, about being against his daughter being with a black person or something like that. I don't remember the whole conversation. There was a little bit of mumbling when I heard it years back. My point was just to bring this to your attention, not really start going like this. But the main controversy, like I said, for many is who these people are before, even if they're not the same people today. That to them is more of a controversy than the fact that we're littering the ring with branding and making it look like a NASCAR vehicle or a UFC ring. I prefer no logos in the ring myself. When it comes to promoting and making deals with Hulk Hogan, you know, I am a strong believer in you call out the bullshit, you make your stance that you're against what he said. I mean, some people will be for what he said, obviously, because there's racist people out there. I was, of course, completely against what he said. Once I make that stance, I make it clear. I'm able to move on with life without going, so about that time you said that, so about that time. It's like, address it, move on. You're not forgetting. You're not shoving it under the rug, the ugly blue rug on SmackDown. You're not doing that. You're moving on without forgetting. Some people have an issue with that. Well, unfortunately, it sucks to be you. That's all I got to say, because me, I can't hold on to resentment. Again, doesn't mean I'm going to shy away from what somebody did, but I'm not going to get all like violent, constantly attack. I used to dunk on Logan Paul. Oh my God, so many times. It just got tiring, honestly. It was like, you know what? Get over it. I've made like a bunch of videos on him, shitting on him for the things that he's done. Now it seems like he's a changed person. I don't know him personally. He's got his podcast. He's got a wrestling career. He's successful, you know, very envious, of course. Are you kidding me? So there's that. And then I've learned to move on with that, like I said. And the same thing with Hogan. I was very, very disappointed being a fan of his for nearly half a century, my entire life, and then come to find out those things that he said. But I'd like to think that those things that he said doesn't have to define all of him, right? Even though for me it was a pretty serious thing, just like what Logan Paul did in Japan. But I also look at character growth. I look at repeated behavior, or the lack thereof of that ugly repeated behavior, and if people have changed. And since that day, as far as I know, there has never been, you know, another occurrence of those events that were nasty. So I kind of go, okay, so people can change, and right? So there you have it. Like I said, I don't want to play politics in that. That's what my other channel is for. But yes, when something happens, I call it straight down the line. I mean, there's recordings of him saying it. It wasn't AI generated. It's real. And like I said, I thought that was a little bit of an interesting story, and I tried to make a little light jab out of the fact that the two people that have a drink brand in the middle of a WWE ring are two people that don't exactly have the most favorable past. Moving on to something positive, it is Netflix Raw. Literally, I think in like an hour or two, and I'm super, super pumped. And I'm going to be talking about that naturally tomorrow. So, thumbs up as always if you like the video. And if you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down, and I'll make sure when you wake up in the morning, you're drowning in some real American beer. And if you want to, you might like that actually. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, naturally, that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And if I'm lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.